Fine. Stop.
We're
Well,
getting a whole lot of good
welcome.
feedback.
I believe it. I think there's a movement starting. It's going to take a while, but this is a good first year.
We do too.
Yeah,
And
we've experienced a whole lot movement like this week, and I cannot wait
I'm gonna
to
change
share
the angle
all
of
of the
this.
movement we've been moving. As I know we're not like really here yet. I just want to make sure that we have a little disclaimer that this week is the week before Developmental Disability Awareness Day. No, thank you. That sounds like right in my eyes. Developmental Disability Awareness Day in the Capitol, and that is the subject we will be talking about tonight. And we have worked over like as much as we can to make sure we have the most organized event that's going to be impactful for us, our families, going to make sense, and it's time to cruise. So one of the things I do want to ask, if any one of our families has made appointments and gotten appointments with legislators, put that in the chat today so that we can make sure that we're not that we have a good flow of the day. I really want to hear from Alan. He just was on the Family Cafe policy meeting of the events of this week. And goodness, there's so much action. They talked about how we are the hottest thing in Tallahassee. What in the world? I think we said we wanted to be heard and prioritized a few months back, and like because all of us came out. That's exactly what's happened. So I'm blown away. But I want to make sure that everybody who comes on gets a chance. 6:05 is when we kick off. Today we're going to be talking about next week planning and making sure that I keep calling this our Super Bowl. Like we've made it to the Super Bowl of the season, and I think we're going to take it home. But that real Super Bowl,
If I'm Kelsey, who's Taylor Swift?
huh?
If I'm Kelsey, who's going to be Taylor Swift?
I'll throw Amanda on Taylor Swift.
She's a Swiftie for
She's a
sure.
Swiffy. She's a Swiffer. She's got to be.
So guess what we heard about today? All day. The amazing impact of families. All day, as people kept calling back, confirming appointments, confirming that they're going to come see us, confirming that this is a high priority, confirming a gratitude. It's been amazing. So I guess we want to wait just a couple more minutes. Melissa, you were the star of the show, and it's all your fault if you hadn't have been so absolutely tenacious and said, it's got to be the families, guys, it's got to be the families, and you spoke the truth and you lit the match, and look what happened. We have a tremendous gratitude to you. I know it's always sometimes growth is painful and challenging, but the truth is, wow, thank you. Thank you for believing in us and helping encourage us to remember our voices. Alan, you have been a great mentor to us and being able to feel that the energy starting to grow. Folks like, Abby, you've been absolutely freaking tenacious, and you've gone from feeling maybe like you were out there on your own to there is a big time excitement in Tallahassee. We are putting on a really professional, quality, organized, meaningful, impactful day because everybody's been working on the basis of sharing the love, sharing truth, being committed, not just screaming and yelling, but trying to find people's opportunity to hear us, to build solutions, build language. Stephanie just got a letter back that she's going to read, but it was really about legislative folks writing back saying, thank you. Thank you for telling your story. Thank you for inspiring us. Thank you for opening the doors. And so we haven't said it enough. We'll never be able to say it enough, but thank you to everybody that's on this call and those that will watch it later. you know what? It's really happening. We do have an agenda. We had promised a video, but didn't happen because everything else is moving so fast
So
that
fast.
it would have been out of date an hour ago.
Mhm.
And that's it's really
the
good
truth.
news because the phone has kept going and the emails keep coming. But I can give you an idea about the day after. Stephanie, you want to take a lead on this, or
Can I do the candy first and read them this thing and then
Oh,
we'll work our way
read the
backwards?
candy,
Because
baby.
I just got this email and I don't even know. So let's see, 5:34, 20 minutes ago.
and who's
This
this
is
from?
from Allie Cleary and Tyler Tusinski, which is they are the senior healthcare policy staff for Senator Pasadomo. And okay, I'm just gonna read it because I'm gonna cry all right. Ms. Norton, just wanted to let you know that Senate Bill 1758, individuals with disabilities, made it through committee of reference this week. This bill has been placed on the special order calendar and will be heard by the full Senate next Wednesday, February 7th at 10 a.m. Also, the president's office put a press release highlighting Senate Bill 1758, which you can review at this link. Thank you again for working with Tyler and I over the summer and sharing your ideas to improve and streamline services for individuals with disabilities. Your suggestions and work on this issue will benefit individuals and families across the state. Please feel free to give me a call. Here's my number.
She's a senior policy advisor for the Office of the Senate of President. And so here's the deal. While you catch your composure.
Well, hey God, like, okay, here's the deal. Do the here's the deal thing. You're right.
That was repeated by a lot of people on the call here today. By going to, it turns out that our presence at the local delegation meetings was very impactful. And that on an individual basis, those legislators developed a personal desire to help. Because not only did we go and bring up issues, but we asked for help and asked for solutions. And so this is not just Stephanie, this is all of us together combined have, now we go to Tallahassee. Now we go to Tallahassee and the first bill of the full Senate on the floor on Wednesday morning, Developmental Disabilities Awareness Day, is the bill that has had the most positive, significant potential impact in a long, long time. And so there's going to be room in the gallery. They would love us to be there to recognize us and give a nod as part of the, thank you, thank you. We've got a lot of other things going on. Are you ready to come back in?
Whew, yeah, I'm ready to come back in on that. I think one of the most wonderful things we can do is to be in the gallery and watch that play out. They said that they would be, whew, I'm like all tongue tied over it. That they'll make accommodations for us or letting everyone know that we're gonna be there.
They're
So
contacting the sergeant in arms.
yeah, whatever that
To
guy
say,
does.
hey,
Yeah,
you can expect a big crowd in the gallery.
security dude.
Again, when it's the first bill of the day, everybody's there. The attention is focused. It is the highest of priorities. It shows an incredible commitment. And in the afternoon, when that session is over, the Senate president wants to come speak with us in the meeting room that she so graciously offered us, where we will thank them and give them a booklet of the different stories of the family. So the story doesn't stop on Wednesday. The story builds and we keep going and we keep knowing that this is a big move for this administration, for this legislative time, and there's more work to be done. But the beautiful news is that we have got their attention, not only as a complaint, but as a solution-based force that of good. And they can feel it and see it, and the actions are really beginning to happen. And Alan, do you want to chime in on that a little bit?
On which thing? I was working with our lobbyist on something just now, so.
Okay, you want me to come back to you?
Yeah, come back to him because I have something. So
Okay, Stephanie's
one
back.
of the things that we have talked about with our stories is at the end of this, that Developmental Disability Awareness Day will be a day to celebrate us, and it's going to be a fun day. And you know, you speak that out, and here it is. So we did get our local printing press to give us a heck of a deal in printing out these stories, and I put in the chat a picture. I did a scrapbook project last night to have some of the representatives and senators that are wanting to help our community to give them this gift and as appreciation. These are our stories. This is what you guys, these are the families you have helped. A few of the stories, like I think 10 of them, have updates that need to happen. People who engaged with these legislators, and because families went and spoke, that their story is already changed before any laws change. And so I wanted to throw that out there. I actually ended up going to the printing guy and was like, hey, I need more, because we have more families that have something to say. So if you have a senator or representative that it's really important to you to have one of these books and they're not on our list,
And you
or
got an
you want to
appointment?
present them and you get an appointment, please drop that in the chat, because we have till Monday and my scrapbooking skills have to end by like Sunday night. The books have been made, and we have had a couple of families that have had updates ask if they could do the updates. If you have an update in your story, there's an opportunity. There's like a page at the, like when you flip open this like scrapbooky thing, to put that there, update. And then anything else that you all families would like to do with your legislature, any appointments that you guys have that you would like more, I don't know, participation and questions. This is the weekend for us to go back and forth on that and have those discussions. I'm gonna walk you guys through a tentative agenda, because here's the thing. It's like the Wild West sometimes up in Tallahassee, and things get murky there, but there's enough of a flow here to give us all a sense of what the day can look like for us. And this can be, yes, I know, this can be, you can take as much as this as you want and participate, but I think we're all gonna like it. So Tom will do your agenda thing, and then we'll put this, we'll send this out.
Okay, Alan, is that good now for you, or are you good for a minute?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm off the phone now.
Okay, cool. And Margaret, hi, Margaret, thank you again for all your help too. So here's our agenda for the day, and it'll be all published out, because I can tell you the truth, the one that we've been working on, this is about the fourth version, or fifth version, and then today we've added about 22 other things to it. So here's the plan of action. We've got a exhibit table and center set up. We need to be there. Some of us are going to be there at 7:30 in the morning when the doors are ready to be open. We're going to rush up to the upstairs. We're going to get in our spot and set up our DD Day awareness table exhibit along with the rest of the group, and be ready. But then we're going to immediately, some of us will be going to Senate Office S42, which is in the lower lobby, which is our home base of operation the entire day. That's where we're going to have lunch. And that's where at 9 a.m., that's where everybody's going to arrive for a 45-minute orientation. We've got Joe McCann from Family Cafe speaking. Margaret, you're welcome if you've got time to come in too. We want to be able, we've got Representative Mello that's going to be welcoming everybody. We are going to be able to then hand out packets of information. You'll have remember when we talked about the formation of the teams, we'll go back through that, and that's what that training will be, so people can be comfortable in their roles, understand their roles. The wonderful news is that much of this is going to be a gratitude tour, that we're not just fighting upstream. We're also going to have many opportunities to be able to thank people for their attention, their effort, their support. And it's an important day. So while that is going on,
So 7:30 to 8:20 is when the setup crew is coming, and then
8:30 to 2 o'clock is the exhibit table. Amanda is going to be the star of the show there. Anybody that has registered would go there first, check in. She'll point you to the meeting room. You'll be able to you'll be registered, checked in. That means you also have lunch and the t-shirt and the type of things that we need to give out. Okay, so
so wait, hold on. So when you come for the day and you go into the Capitol building, our table's gonna be in the second floor rotunda, and we have everybody's t-shirt orders. If you registered, we did get a couple of others, extra t-shirts just in case. And your desire of places that you want to be, we're gonna coordinate that. Come say, hey, let me pick on someone. Hey, I'm JB. I registered, da da da. And Amanda will check you in and then send you off. The check-in period, we want that to be as fluid as possible.
between 8:30 and 9 a.m.
8:30 and 9, that everybody gets set up, because Representative Mello has asked to give us a warm welcome in our meeting room. And so if you are there and you're checked in, we need to go into that, and then having Joe McCann come and update us on what, because these things are happening so fast. It's wild. I thought I was going to be able to do every recording of every meeting where they talk about our people, because last session it was like 4, and I can't. I've seen Melissa more this week on television, and all of these bills are going crazy. So Joe, that's his thing. That's his like shtick. And he has graciously agreed to come give us the lowdown on what's happening, what would be most effective for families when you go make your appointments to talk about. And that's going to be about like what, 45 minutes?
It's going to be from 9 to 9:45, and that gives us 15 minutes to get up to the Senate gallery
Yes.
to then watch the proceedings where they will be focusing on the APD bill, and it's the top thing on the agenda, which is a very, very, very good sign. And then from that, we will have through that meeting, those that have scheduled meetings with representatives and senators will be going to those. We will return after the morning session of both in the chamber, doing meetings, being at the exhibit hall, checking out everybody else and having, growing from this experience. We all come back at noon and meet for a catered lunch. And at the lunch, we will also have Representative Grant, who will come and be able to also speak to the impact that the family voice has had in the influence of the legislative process this year, and provide some gratitude and some thanks, and we will thank them. And Representative Grant of Sarasota.
Representative Grant was he was at the Sarasota delegation, where like a lot of us met for the first time, and asked families to come to Charlotte delegation, where we got to meet incoming Senate President Ben Alberton. And then at the Charlotte delegation, everybody at the Charlotte delegation was talking about us, because we all showed up there too. And Representative Grant he called, I didn't answer, texted, I was busy, sent me an email, and then called again. Like they want to meet with us too. So
They want to hitch their ride on this wagon
wild.
here, and we don't blame them at all, because this is so positive, and there's been so much toxicity, and this is such a positive movement. So after lunch, we then go into that's an area that is fluid right now,
Okay.
depending upon the response we have for some folks, whether we're going to remain and have that activities happening in the Senate office building 42, or whether we'll be doing that up in the lobby. Because one of the things that we'd like to be able to do is make sure those families that have been involved here but couldn't come get a little dose of Dee Dee Day. So we're hoping to be able to do maybe some Facebook live streaming type of thing, to be able to introduce people and see some things. But again, we want to
Fluid, it's
we
a big
want, it's
day.
going to be fluid because there's a lot of other things that could be happening that we need to do. The, we want to coordinate our group photo, and one of the people we haven't had a chance to fully cross-reference just is Margaret, and who's our host for the DD Day, and how we can be sure we compliment, don't stumble over each other, and we have the most impact. So Margaret, you've heard half of what we're going to do. Would you like to kind of say, oh my God, or thank God?
Well, first of all, I've got to say I'm really impressed with this group. You all have moved a lot of legislation forward quickly in a short amount of time of being used to doing it. So I have to echo what Tom says about positive legislation. I mean, we've been waiting to lower the age that you had to be a caregiver to 60 for a long time, and it happened to get internet access for applications to waiver services, funding for categories 3, 4, and 5 to come off the waiting list. So lots of positive things have been generated. And Alan, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Representative Grant has the corresponding Live Healthy bill to Pasadomo, but
Well,
the
that-
House is coming in at a lower rate for the universal provider rate increase. So we want them to meet Senate President Pasadomo up to that at least 10% mark. We think is a really good place to start for that. So, but what I'm hearing about you all, what you all are doing, first of all, I'm jealous you have a room. I didn't even know you could do that. And I've been doing this for a long time.
We're bold.
We'll be outside eating lunch in the cold.
We're bold, baby. We're bold. It's anything.
You
Oh,
are,
I got
but
somebody
I'm
in this
hearing
meeting.
this is the new cool thing to do is get a room. So I'm gonna do that next year for sure. I love that idea. And some people actually have legislators come to you like you all are doing with your welcome from Representative Milo. Is that how I say it, Milo?
Mellow.
Oh, there's
Mellow.
more. There's more.
And but we're going to be talking about our platform plus those universal provider rate increases, as well as thanking people that have done the legislation. I've managed to get quite a few appointments.
Uh-huh.
And Sarah Goldman and I are going to split up and each take a group. And we'll be having lunch out on the Senate portico with the coalition of the Florida Coalition of Catholic Bishops. They're
Bless
going to
you.
be out there. And the Catholics, by the way, will be up on the 3rd floor. We'll be on the 2nd floor. And
Trickle down.
and then Miami, I think, is going to be in the courtyard, which is kind of a treat if that's the group that does the paella. I can't remember, but
Hope so.
Oh, wait, hang on. The paella in the courtyard, one more time.
Oh, yeah.
Miami days, they used to have key lime pie and paella and all kinds of stuff. So I don't know if that's going to if they're
Normally
going to
that
bring
was
all
the
that
mo-
up this time, but it's very exciting.
Paella day is the same day as DD Day?
Well, it's called Miami days.
Okay, Miami Day is the
Paella
same.
day. I like your transition. So
And it's going to be sunny and cool. It's going to be in the upper 30s in the evening and the morning and go up to probably only about 63. So bring a jacket.
now, Margaret, you're from Tallahassee. You call that cool. We call that dang cold.
That's
Okay,
right.
we do. So the other big news again
that.
is in the afternoon. We'll have afternoon meeting sessions, things that'll be going on. We'll have a much better update because the Friday and Monday mornings are when a lot of this stuff is kind of converging as their schedules are more clear. But at 3:30 or there shortly thereafter, after the full Senate adjourns, after the first action of the day was the bill that we were so excited about, at least Senator Pasadoma said she wants to stop by and say hello, where she will also be recognized. And we're trying to get Senator Broder to also join us and try to turn that into a wonderful kind of
Party
a celebration
and
of
together.
success and try to get some other parties there to be able to help with the juice of it. But I'll tell you what, we as an organization have accomplished what $100,000 of lobbying couldn't have.
Right.
I'm serious, and I'm not.
No, I'm serious too, because I know how much lobbyists have been getting paid that haven't been able to move the needle in the way that you all have. So it's very, and I love the title, We the People. I think as a country, really, we're moving back to that idea. So you all are riding the crest of the wave there.
Well, surf's up, baby.
Yeah.
You know, and so in that process, it's really important that we show up. We're responsible. We're not angry. We are productive. We are informed. That we recognize that not everybody may agree. Not everybody might be on the same page, but we're showing what little d democracy looks like, and that this type of work is amazing. And to be able to,
Well-
we've set up so people have registered. Some people have asked for some assistance because of folks. Because of Fino and others, there is some support available. We're going to be wrapping up that pre-registration commitment tomorrow. By tomorrow at midnight, registration will kind of close.
I also wanted to make sure, we had a lot of families say they couldn't get their registration info in. Monday.com went down this week. So that had a lot to do with it. So if I've had people email or Facebook message. If you are unsure whether your information is in there, I'm gonna throw my email just in there. Please email me and let me know.
Amanda's too.
We're gonna do one thing there so it doesn't get lost. And if you could do your subject line registration for DD Day so that we don't miss anyone, because we have done this the last couple of weeks, but we can't do it enough. Man, thank you for being
Love you,
our
brother.
ally. Thank you so much.
No. There's no
Thank you.
thank you. There is no thank you. I want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to be part of this group. I think We the People says it all, and there's no need for thank you. We're one big team, and we can make it and we can break it. So that's all. See, you guys are in the car, you're driving around, I'm sitting at home. So this is the best I could do. So I hope what I did is able to help everybody out. And we just got to continue this path because, like that Margaret was saying, We the People, you can't get better than that. I mean, that says it all. You don't have to say more than that.
Marketing,
So
baby.
No, it's real.
there's no reason for thank yous. I don't need a thank you. I just want to work
Then
together with
instead
everybody
of
on
thank
this
you, we'll
call.
send you love. How about
Yeah.
that?
That's it. That's
Gratitude.
perfect.
Now,
Help,
let's come
Help
back to
and keep on going and moving forward. That's it.
The one thing I wanted to say about, I don't know, someone else said it, is when we're up there, this is our Super Bowl of this season. And we always tell our truth, right? Whatever we say our truth in love. And next session, if we've pulled this off enough, we've built up some trust and some relationships. This was a higher power to orchestrate all of us together. Our fairy godmother up there, Melissa, sprinkled some fairy dust to make this all work organically.
with a dose of Finoism.
But next year, my goodness, my next year, I think that this movement is going to be explosive in the best of ways. So I wanted to just let everybody know, I've had a couple messages this week. So are we done at the end of this? No, you're never done advocating. It's just our lives, and it's necessary. And if we could do it like this, it won't be so painful. And
Stephanie, you know what's so nice about this? There's
Mhm.
people out there that always thought they were alone. They have nowhere to turn to. This is going to help This is going to help those people because now, little by little, the word's going to get out and they're going to know, they're going to say, wow, I could speak to Stephanie and Stephanie could tell me, make this call or speak to this one, or let me get back to you. Where a lot of people, they just thought they were all by themselves and they were the only ones dealing with the crisis that they had and not realize how many other people were out there on the same boat. And this will unite everybody together and we could help everybody. You know, if you don't have the answer, you might know someone else that does and get back to that person and say, this is what you need to do. So it's a great network for people to reach out to when they need help. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Well, with that kind of said, your comrade in crime there, Alan, we enjoyed watching you, listening to you while we were driving across the Alligator Alley. And could you kind of recap and share a little bit of that?
Our family cafe legislative this week, what went down?
Well, you know, most sessions is like a roller coaster and good things are happening on one side, bad things on the other. And it always is the last couple days when you find out how you did. This is the first session I can remember in history where we were the main topic from the beginning. I mean, to have Senator Gail Harrell start the budget meeting saying, Pasadomo's bill is independent. It's not going to be here because we're going to pass that in the bill and not in the big budget. So that's why you're not seeing it twice. Really told me that our budget issue, a big piece of it will be taken care of probably in the next week and a half, 2 weeks, maybe. We don't have to sweat it out the last couple of days. But I can't help but think that there's more good stuff coming. I mean, I think the representative from Brevard County, Representative Fine, he hit pretty hard this thing about clearing the wait list. And if we don't clear it this time, you know, we got the 600 managed care thing, the voluntary one, and the 300 in ACA-D. But they also put in, for the first time that I can recall, in a bill, probably another 600 positions for the true wait list, not the crisis. I mean, the wait list. And I think moving the 60 up to 50 for parents was huge. It's just that there's so much going on. I keep missing stuff. But I think that it's going to be a good day. And I think it's all of us being up there is going to let them know. Because remember, after this, they all got elections. Most of them have elections coming up. And they're going to want to meet with people to show that they did something. And they're going to want to come to our programs and meet with your families because they know they'll have made a difference. And that's what the community wants. They want people up here doing things to help the most vulnerable often.
And when these people come up for elections and we know who helped us, you know, get this done, then we could support them and try to help them out, getting them voted back in. So, you know, if we have to do anything, we'll be there to push them along too, because as long as they help us, then we're going to help them.
And so, Alan, you also talked about the impact of the family message.
Yeah, it's true that they really, I mean, lobbyists are good and stuff. They give money. But in reality, in our area, in our space, it's the families that are going to get the commitments to make this happen. And I think that's fairly obvious that that's in the end going to be. A lot of you have developed personal relationships with some of the legislators, and those relationships will go on, and you will be their expert because in reality, APD is not the experts. I don't think anyone thinks they're the experts. I think it's the families that are experts. And when they start listening to families, I think that's when good things will happen. So great job, guys. I'm proud to support you all. And I feel like I get to make a difference supporting you guys.
And Alan, we will line up with your schedule to see where it fits in with you Wednesday to speak again in front of the group and,
I'll be around. I'll
Okay.
be around the whole time. We got a table too.
yeah,
And but I'll be down there as much as I can and stuff. And
we'll coordinate that. And
yeah,
Melissa,
We didn't get to Bubbles.
we'll get to
Okay,
Bubbles.
okay.
Melissa,
Yeah.
you,
Hi.
you know, you are the like freaking magic carpet lady that's been everywhere and anywhere and over and over and over again. Why don't you share a little bit about your experience and
Like this
I-
week.
Hey,
You know
look-
what?
Probably
You know what,
one that-
Tom,
oh my
I
God.
think we need to introduce Melissa as our new lobbyist.
well, no, she's better than that.
Yeah,
You're
she's
Yeah,
unpaid,
oh,
you're
absolutely
unpaid
better.
lobbyist. Yeah, it's,
Ditto.
and, yeah, and first off, Tyler's last name is Tazinski. I've met with him a couple of times. He is very sincere about wanting to see things done, but honestly, I met with him the first week of January with a bunch of ideas, and he was like, it's kind of late in, in doing this. This is stuff that we're gonna have to probably work on over the summer. And I was like,
Yep.
session just began, but okay, so he's wonderful. I really, really have enjoyed, meeting with him and stuff. On Disabilities Day, I will be there all day at your disposal. If you guys need me for anything, if you want me to be someplace in particular, just let me
Do.
know. And then Randy Fine, who you just mentioned, Chair Fine, he is real hot about the whole thing with the $500 million going to toll road relief. He's hot about that. He thinks it's ridiculous. It's, I've talked to him about it. So when I've already met with him a couple of times. The second time that I met with him last week, I told him about Developmental Disabilities Day, and he said, I'm sorry, I'm trying to do something also at the same time here. He said, I told him about DD Day on Wednesday. He's like, my committee is next morning at 8 a.m. He's like, bring them, have everybody come there. So and I know that I've sent an email out asking if you guys can spend another night. I've had some people that have said that. So Randy is a force, or Chair Fine, I should say, is a force to be reckoned with. He feels very strongly about this. He wants to help, but I'll tell you one thing, he cannot and does not want to be the Lone Ranger. He needs our help so that he can help us. We have to show up. We have to show him so that he can go when he leaves that committee meeting, which is 8 a.m. Thursday morning, that he's going to be able to, go back to the other people that, he's trying to work with to make this happen and be like, did you see the people that showed up at my committee meeting? Did you see all of them there? These are the ones, and they hung out from the day before, from Developmental Disabilities Day. We got to do something. So that's the reason why it's important that we be there. I'm glad that there's going to be the Senate meeting on DD Day. Be there as well. I thought I was done maybe speaking at the committee meetings, but the guy that has been helping me navigate Tallahassee, Doug Bruce, he's going to also be there on Wednesday. I had told you guys about him before. He's more than, willing to also speak with you guys as far as, how to talk to the representatives and
We'd
stuff.
like him to join at lunch.
Yeah, he's great. You'll really like him. He's a nice man.
Okay.
But he was the one that had told me, he was like,
What's
he
his
said,
name?
we gotta help Chair Fine. We gotta help him. We gotta show up. And he was like, and you are gonna have to say something. You are gonna have to get up and speak again. And I was like, that's fine, but we wanna be able to support him so that he can help us. And one of the
What's his
things that
name? The guy for your guy, your main squeeze?
Doug,
Doug.
yep,
Doug what?
Doug Bruce is his name.
Okay, cool.
So
we'll follow up the
he,
schedule then.
yeah, so Doug will be there throughout the day as well. And one thing that I do want to point out to you guys, because you know that my area is support coordination. And I recognize and completely support, we need to have provider rate increases across the board, 100%. The one thing though that I can tell you is that if support coordination is not supported adequately, and there are not enough of us, and this is the message that I've been saying, if there's not enough of us, these bills that you're proposing here, Senate Bill 1758, House Bill 1271, which is the companion bill, they're not going to work. If there's not enough of us to take people off of the wait list, things are just going to be stagnant. And then it gives them even more reason to be like, you know what, we got to have managed care. There's not enough of these support coordinators and stuff. So I implore you to please advocate for quality support coordination. Stephanie, your hand's
Okay,
raised.
okay,
yeah.
so I haven't caught all of your speaking events, but there was one meeting where Senator Book came back and she asked, what do you how do you get people to come be support coordinator? How can we incentivize them?
Yeah, she was talking about like bringing people in from other states. This is not a workforce issue. It is an onboarding issue, but it's also being able to retain support coordinators because they are so overworked. Caseloads of 43. iConnect is ridiculous.
And that
I
was your answer, very polished, very I'm very impressed with how you can handle those answers. And
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to tell families
And
is that the legislative body just asked our support coordinators, hey, how do you get people? And the true answer is we can't. We got to train, these support coordinators, they have to have a 90-day mentorship. So there's
Right.
2 support coordinators on one client at once, plus they have a 43-person caseload. And these are our gateways to all of these services, these wonderful, amazing services. And I would, if you're a family and you want services, I do think that is something that we should all write our local legislators. Like, you don't have to write all of them, but your local
Quality is
quality
because
support
there's a lot
coordinator.
of bad players out there. I'm not out to save all of support coordination. I'm really
No.
not. The people
No,
that
but that
suck,
doesn't mean
they
everyone
can
gets
leave
punished.
because they're giving me,
Mhm.
I'm wrapped up with them as well. I don't want to be associated with them. I want them out of the field. But I know that if we have quality people that want to commit to doing this, it's completely possible. I have a lot of support coordinators that work in my agency who are wonderful. But in order to do that, I have to be able to adequately support them. That mentor-mentee relationship, having to pay 2 support coordinators at one time for every client it's not doable with a rate from 1994 that has 10% on it. We got less than $15 additional per month. It's not doable. And that's something that I'm trying to convey to the legislature. Also, managed care gets all their money up front, whereas we don't. So I wanted to put that out there because if there's enough of us that are strong and advocating, we're able to take the people off. I love the providers. The providers are absolutely, like, if there's no providers there for us to connect people to, that doesn't work either. But we have to, the one service that's mandatory, that every single solitary person on the waiver and everybody that's going to come off of that wait list onto the waiver has to have one of us. There's no way around that. We're the
And
only one that you have to be enough of us. So,
if you don't have a quality support coordinator,
right.
that's that's happened.
and
But we do have the example of Melissa Mazeta.
And we
She's
also
not-
have that there's been way too many times where quality support coordinators have been discouraged by the
Yep.
cumbersomeness of the systems, of the bureaucracy that has not really made efficient. And I've been around long enough to know the impact that a quality support coordinator that takes the time to engage and understand the situation can make profound impacts. And in the last quite a while, the system has been so cumbersome, things are lost and all these other issues that my hopes is that part of it is that a system that has been intended to help has somewhat been designed to say no, and that we need to get back to the intent is the commitment, and the streamlining of the processes is what we're trying to accomplish. So not only do we need to build capacity, we need to dramatically improve efficiency so that it's not so overly cumbersome. That has drove too many really good people away from it.
But when it comes to
Absolutely.
support coordination, I want to speak as a family member. I a lot of our families have shared not positive support coordination experiences, and that's true. That happened with my family as well. But one thing that this group in particular have all experienced is Melissa Mazeta. And she may not be your support coordinator, but she has started these family. She's the one that say, hey, parents, you guys want anything? If you want this to be better, then you got to go do it. And then on top of her coordination company, like managing her coordinators, loving on her people, like if you read Melissa's story, you see it, she needs to be the example. It's okay to say she's our bar. We need more of that. Let's make that work. But we got to pay all these people to be able to do it. And so that's what I would really like to say to families. If we could give anything back, we all have done a fabulous job of getting them to address our issues. And this is a topic that legislators have inquired. The fact that they're saying, hey, how do we attract more people? You know, they may have their ideas about out-of-state help, whatever, but we know the way we attract these people is to give them the ability to serve their people. And we have that example in Melissa. So if there's anything else, like I could say, it's just, that's so needed. And I wanted to ask if anybody before, like, yeah, we're getting close. Does anybody have other meetings that they know about? Any other things they want the families to know about that's going on that day, so that when we, you know, finalize this tentative agenda, that we can have as much information? Anybody? No, we just talk. Let's go. Sylvia, we see you.
Has to be on
Oh, that's weird. I need a tech person.
over
Ask.
here to the next button.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh,
At
okay.
3:30, there's a fiscal policy committee meeting. And I think it might be the only committee meeting that day. It would be good for some people who have never been in a committee meeting to kind of get an idea of what it's like, and stay in the gallery for a little bit to hear a couple of the bills get passed, so you can really see how it's done, you know? I would use the opportunity.
It's a fiscal policy meeting. Like, does that mean Senate, House, both? I don't know. Like, does it, like, who's there? Fiscal
Well,
policy.
it's really long, so it's gonna be getting all the final bills to be included on the floor, because committee meetings are coming to an end and they're just gonna be meeting in session.
So everybody's there, both sides of everybody gets to go? House and Senate?
No.
Am I asking the wrong question? I don't know.
What do you mean? What was that again?
What
It's
day
not
do you think
conference.
there's a fiscal policy meeting? There's not a fiscal policy on Wednesday.
There isn't?
I don't see it on the calendar. I just looked.
Okay, maybe they canceled it, because that's where Senator Simon had to go to that meeting, so I was.
If anybody is Brevard is where Representative Fine is, right? Brevard.
Yeah.
If any families are in Brevard, I think it would be great if we could get 5 minutes of his time on DD Day. To just, he wants us to come to bat and come the next day. Like, I would love to say thank you and tell him that we'll be there, but also like hear what he has to say on the following day, so we're informed.
So
We
it's kinda
gotta
like you're-
maybe-
It's kind of like you're saying, how can I help you help us?
Yeah, how can I help you help us?
Okay, fiscal policy is at 3:30.
Okay. I
And
see it.
412 not, it's a big building.
Yeah.
I mean, a big room, and also it is Paella Day.
It's Paella Day. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. And it's Bubble Day. What time's Paella?
And there's gonna, on the north side, the North Plaza House side is a voting rights rally. And,
What time's Paella?
Lunch.
and it's 7 at 11:45, and at 7 at night is, the Mambo King celebration at Cleveland Plaza.
Perfect.
Which
We
is
got a
right
party.
across
Here it
from the
is.
Capitol.
Emergency Management Day, Everglades Action Day, New College, Florida Day, and Private Care Association Day. And then session, the first bill, Individuals with Disabilities Broder's Bill. and then the big appropriations bill, Catholic days, equal ground day, Florida Supreme Court oral arguments if you want to cross the street. And they haven't scheduled these House bills yet, but session in the House is at 2:00. And then you have fiscal policy here.
One of
And
the
those are the
things, you
bills.
guys, that, just to put this out there, this is with, even the fiscal policy meeting and then also Chair Fines, meeting, Thursday morning. If we wait until the end, I mean, we might be able to talk to these guys and stuff on DD Day and have that time with them. But if you hang out in the room until the end of the meeting, they're usually there for a little bit. You can go up and speak to them at that point. So I recommend not okay, if they hear the bill the first thing and somebody gets up and talk, I mean, I know I'll get up and speak, but not to run out of the room after that. Hang out, let's wait till the end of the meeting, and then we can go up and actually speak with them before they bounce. So
Wonderful.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't know that.
I would
That's
do that.
awesome.
I gotta hear a conflict. Stephanie, can you repeat at 10 a.m.? I have a meeting.
10
What
a.m.
i-
was
That's okay. Come when you're done with the
Wednesday.
meeting.
what's
Wednesday at 10 a.m.
Yeah, that's
What
okay.
Yes, but
that's the big session. Well,
Well, do the meeting and then come up.
And then come see us.
Because the session is also gonna be, that bill might not be until like 10:30 because they got the
roll call, I don't know. It's
Pledge of
all
Allegiance, a
yeah.
prayer.
so two people want to go with me to Buchanan.
Oh, you
JJ
have
Holmes,
10 a.m. with Buchanan.
JJ Holmes told me it's at 10:00. They're estimating.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is, Abby, that's a perfect example. Come to the 9 a.m. in the meeting room, grab your packets and stuff, head to that meeting. And then after the meeting, most of these meetings are 10, 15 minutes. It's not that long. And then come back up to the gallery and join us. And, you'll have done twice as much work as the rest of us at that moment. And it'll be a beautiful thing and you'll get to see that in action. But you got to get the appointments when you can get them. And that's a very important one. I know you worked very hard to get, and congratulations. And, anybody else?
JJ, hold on.
Oh.
JJ's I talked to Allison and JJ, and I know they're gonna be there on the 6th. She said she was gonna look into the 7th. He's getting an award. Margaret, do you know anything about that?
Yeah, we're having a dinner for the council members and partners of policy graduates and our fellows, and we're honoring JJ Holmes. He's got Senate President Pasadomo to present him the award, and a couple other legislators are going to come in and applaud him on. I wish we had enough room for everybody, but we're kind of crammed right now.
And that's-
Otherwise, I
that's
would
gonna be the
advertise
6
it.
o'clock then. That's
That's
gonna be
on the 6th or the 7th?
on the 6th, right?
The
Next week.
6th, yeah, that evening at the DoubleTree.
And
If you all, if there's new members here, JJ and Allison Holmes are a big reason why how this party got started. JJ has gone above and beyond what I've ever seen any advocate to do. This
a freshman college. right?
unbelievable, incredible determination that this family has brought and momentum. So if you happen to see JJ and Allison that day, I don't know if they're going to be there the 7th is what I'm trying to say. But
They're gonna be there on the 7th.
awesome. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
and but also staying over for the 8th.
Okay.
She said that they would. I reached out to her, but they've got to get back to their
Yeah,
home. Her
nice.
husband has a flight out that night, she said, but they are gonna try to stay there for the morning of the 8th for Chair Fines Committee.
Yeah.
So Chair Fines, the hearing is at 8:30,
8 a.m. on
8
Thursday
a.m. And
morning.
what's the room number for that?
It's
717 House.
yes, it is. Thank you.
17 house?
Yep.
Okay.
Stephanie, sorry to interrupt again. I got 4 meetings in reality, and I am pending on Monday. They are going to answer a 5th one. Does someone wants to go? I thought,
Yes, we'll,
Yeah. What
we'll
are they
build that
meeting?
team we'll
Yeah.
help you build those teams when we do the 9 o'clock in the morning. You're
okay,
gonna be the team leader because you set it up, and we'll get some support there. So there's somebody that, you know, can
Can help
also
you.
tell a story, that can bring the bills, someone that can take pictures and take any notes if there's any follow-up we need to do. Abby, you have done good work
Yeah.
and really good work, and
Thank
we'll
you.
help you with a team so you can feel well supported. This is a well done situation from everybody involved. You know, it's Friday evening and we're almost out of time. Anybody got any worries,
let's
concerns,
do-
or things they need to share around the Didi Day? There's Lily right there.
Oh, there's Lily. There she is. Listen, I wanted to also say Lily helped us get these t-shirts. She's helped coordinate a whole lot of this DD Day. And thank you, Lily, because you kind of just popped in here like a tornado and just said, hey, how can I help?
And Lily, we'll
Thank
check, we'll
you.
connect together tomorrow to finalize the meals. You can turn her microphone off.
Oh, I have to do that? Okay.
Yeah,
All right. No.
no, you just go to the next thing.
Okay.
Hey, there you're on mount. No, you're not. She's still muted. Unmute yourself.
I'm pressing the button.
There you go. Hi, Lily.
Hi, guys. Congratulations to you both, to all of us, to
Okay.
all the hard work, Melissa, Fino. I mean, I don't want to cry, okay? So, thank you. I wish I could do more. So I'll be there on the 6th to set up for
Yep.
the tables. You can count on me for that. And Melissa, I'll be there on the 8th with you.
But
I'm staying there with you for the 8th. And so I'll be there on the 6th, 7th, and the 8th, and whatever else you guys need me for.
And
Cleaning
Lily,
up
thank
and all
you
that good
again
stuff, okay?
for the work with the catering. I'd like to talk with you tomorrow so we can wrap that up because we'll have a final count. And
And if you're lost in this moment because we
Oh.
just went blah, 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 about our excitement, we have like I said, it's a tentative draft schedule, but it'll give you a good point. And as it updates, we will send the update. So no one will we'll make sure that communication is clear so that you guys all have a really positive day in the Capitol. We've just been waiting to put that together because all day we had to keep scratching out and rewriting. So we want to make sure that's really clear. So if you're lost in the what in the world are they doing, please don't feel overwhelmed. I put my email address in the chat. We're going to try to attempt we've done a lot with this, but we really do want to try to attempt for the families that would love to come to DD Day and can't be there to find a time in the day to include them, whether
Yes.
it be live or recorded. So if you're unable to come, still let us know. Like just keep talking. Let's have communication. I don't want anyone to feel like, oh no, we didn't do these things. We're like families. We don't we're not anything but just here for each other. And we want as many people to be able to enjoy this experience. This is enjoyable. Holy moly, we have 2 minutes. My bubbles thing. So my vision.
I just want to say one more. I do have a senator scheduled. Okay.
Cool.
And three representatives.
Email
come to
me.
us.
Email Stephanie at
got it.
autismcollier.com. If you have appointments, help us help us get that so that we can get you supported and whatever you want to do to make that appointment impactful.
and
Well,
plan
I
those
wanted them to
times out.
come to our room. I wanted them to come
Excellent.
to our
So
room.
email that if they,
Okay.
that's something you got to talk with them on where they're, work.
Yeah,
Just
I did.
email us what's going on.
We also have a reporter named Patrick.
Yeah, Craig Patrick.
Yeah, he's gonna be there for a couple days.
Yep.
And I'm setting up things with a couple of the senators and reps for him that understand the surpluses. So hopefully he'll get the whole story too.
And do you
That's
have a
awesome.
kind of for the Representative Fines meeting on Thursday, the information about the surpluses in a way that we can speak to?
Oh,
Is
she
it
didn't
boiled
come.
down that I don't have to
Why
be a
did
rocket
you
scientist?
call me? You're so
Oh yeah, so for a Representative Fines meeting on the 8th, just like a basic boilerplate of what's going on with that for families. If anybody has that information, if you have any information on topics that you want more families to understand, email me, we'll get that out. Facebook, thank you, Jared. Facebook is kind of, not everybody uses it. There's email option, but it is really easy to go back and forth. And as we move into this time period, it's going to be real hard to get on the phone and the emails. But my God, Tom, no, I have to talk about these bubbles. Listen,
Bubbles.
geez, no beats. Since the beginning, since the vision, the inception of like, my little dream tower before we all really got going, I envisioned us all celebrating ourselves, celebrating the people that we love, all the incredible inclusivity where we just go outside the Capitol, take a group picture. We cannot forget that. And just, I have these giant bubbles, and yeah, I keep telling you, I'm going to show you pictures, but I haven't brought that yet. They're super fun. If you have glow sticks, if you have whatever makes you feel like it's a party, bring that. Let's have a little bit of fun with this. Because once that day's over, we did it, and it's not over. It's never over, but this is something to celebrate. So that bubbles, everybody please
Got
come
your
to the
bubbles in. And
Bubble
now the
learn.
last thing to remember is if you haven't registered. If you're not sure if the registration worked, register again and we'll know it's a duplicate. But we want to be able to capture the numbers because we gotta make some final orders for some things, a
We do
number of
wanna make
packets we're gonna
sure-
do, and we want to make sure you're taken care of.
If families need assistance, that they let us know, because we want to make sure that we divvy that so we can get you there if you need to, and stretch everything we can to maximize the amount of families and impact that we can have.
Because with your registration, we're going to be sure to have your email address, and from going forward here, the communication is going to be coming in the form of emails
And it's,
and updates.
okay.
Okay.
It is.
Hey guys, it's gonna be okay for my daughter Corey to be in the gallery with us, right?
What are you talking about? This is our day.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Everybody welcome. Every single person.
This is a family day.
Yep.
This way they can see that
Yes.
they're real.
It is real.
Yes.
And this
I
is
think
this
that,
is
you know,
happening.
Here for it.
So what's also real is it's Friday night, 7 o'clock. We're going to say goodnight because we got more work to do. We love you all and thank you.
Bye.
Stephanie,
guys.
let me know
Thank
if you
all.
need anything from me, okay?
Okay. Thanks, Vino.
All right, good night, everyone.
Next
Bye,
Good
guys.
night, everyone. Bye.
Beautiful. Bye.
Bye.